Hello, my dears. I hope you're all doing wonderfully. I got radio static going on in my head today, baby. God, thank you so much for everything you do for me and the collective on a daily basis. Can I please have a message today for the greatest and highest good of the person watching this right now? Maybe you're feeling a little silent and peaceful. I was just thinking about this earlier whenever I experience brain fog, like when I'll go through nicotine withdrawal, which I am now, or like when I had COVID a couple years ago, I enjoy the feeling of brain fog. And it's probably because I think so much all the time that having my brain slow down is kind of a treat. Six of Wands, great success. You are experiencing great success. Public recognition. It's finally coming. It takes 10 years to look like an overnight success, right? It takes a lot of work in private to get to a point where you can have that public recognition. Don't sell your soul. I've been getting a lot of messages coming through and things coming through my algorithms about, people selling their soul in order to gain fame. And I think that selling your soul is not so much like a one-time deal, you don't sit down at a table across from he who shall not be named and sign a contract away to your soul. I don't think it's as cut and dried as that. I think selling your soul is a series of decisions that are made for your benefit. I think selling your soul is more nuanced and subtle than that. Selling your soul is making decisions that are stepping on other people, manipulative, sucking from, turning away from God, turning away from your higher self and things that are right in order to gain some kind of advantage in the world by sneaky or demonic means. But this is you staying in your truth, playing the healthy game, playing the good game, sticking with God, sticking with your higher self, sticking with good and healthy people, and not selling your soul, and still gaining that public recognition, that fame, that glory. I was blessed enough to be given the information of what my life purpose is at a very young age. I think maybe I was 5 or 6 years old, and literally no other way I can describe it than God spoke to me and said that I was going to be an entertainer. And that has carried me through my whole entire life, through my successes, through my failures, through periods, years-long periods of creative dry spells. That has been the thing that has kept me going and knowing my life purpose, and I'm so blessed for that. And I've interacted with a lot of people in this life who do not know their life purpose, and it causes a lot of depression and feelings of being lost and sad. And I would highly encourage you, if you do know your life purpose, to really take those steps to pursue that. And if you don't know your life purpose, go to God, go to the universe, whatever you conceive as your higher power, meditate, do psychedelic journeys, go within, dive deep to find that thing that lights you up, that gives your life purpose. Because, man, it's not the time to be, like I said in my last reading, It's not the time to be allowing your soul and your time and your energy to be being sucked away by a meaningless job or a meaningless pursuits. Really find that thing that lights your soul up and pursue it, because this is what waits for you. Sitting high, tall, and proud. You might be in a field where you have fans. You might be gaining a fan base now. You might be gaining, if not fans, like massive recognition for the work that you've been putting in silently behind the scenes over the years. Finally, people are starting to take notice. Not that that's what you've been doing it for. You do it because your soul is fed by it. You do it because your heart is fed by it. And you weren't trying to gain recognition. You weren't trying to gain fans. You were just doing that thing that feeds you. And now all of a sudden it's like, wow, I put in 10 years of work toward this thing, and people are finally starting to notice. Maybe you just got, you've been a playwright who just got the opportunity to put on one of your plays. Maybe you're a singer who just got an opportunity to be in a band, or maybe you're a business person who just scored a really high-level deal, or you're a teacher who just got a really beautiful opportunity, or maybe, something more low-key, well, I'm not going to put things on a scale. Page of Wands reversed. This is knowing that while you're gaining success, you are always the eternal student. You're having that humility to know that although I'm gaining all of this success and I'm gaining all of this recognition and people are finally paying attention, or, maybe people aren't even paying attention, but you're gaining some kind of level of success in some way. This is having the humility to realize, okay, maybe I've reached this certain level, but I'm not going to let it get to my head. I'm not going to sell my soul. I'm not going to think that I'm the king of the universe just because now I got some money in the bank or recognition or whatever. You have to realize that what I've learned and what I've been taught and things I've picked up from other tarot readers is like these suits of the tarot represent cycles of life. So like when you go from the page to the knight to the queen to the king, which I do not like that the queen is under the king, but whatever. But in terms of tarot, say you go from the page and you're learning and you're going through training and you're doing all the studying necessary to embark on a new field. Over years, you reach the status of the king, and then you've reached that level of success, and then boom, you're at the page again because there's a new mountain to climb. There's a new lesson to learn. Life doesn't work like, that's why people say, life is all about the journey. It's all about the climb. There's going to be another mountain. Always going to want to make it move. Like, it's not about reaching a certain point and then everything will just be groovy forever. We're always learning. We're always going from the page to the king and then the page again. So remember to stay humble as you're gaining this success. Keep with your humility, keep with your spiritual practices, because you will always be the eternal student, and learn to have that patience and temperance and love and faith and joy in the process of learning. Scorpio season is going to be awesome. I am a Scorpio rising. Whoa. Weird. King of Wands reversed. So we got the Six of Wands, the Page of Wands reversed, and the King of Wands reversed. Yeah, really try not to let any success and glory that's coming in to get to your head. I feel like there's a reason that all of these messages about selling your soul and celebrities selling their soul and certain artists, like, there's been so much to me coming in about people like Prince. Prince is one of the most successful and recognized artists of all time. And Prince was always a huge speaker out against the music industry and the vampiric nature of the music industry, and how artists would see so little of the money that their music would make for these record companies. Never let success and these, maybe there's you're in rooms that are amazing you're in, say, like boardrooms that you never thought you'd get in, you're being looked at by famous people, and you feel like you're really reaching these higher levels than you could ever have imagined. Do your best not to get sucked in by that and think that you're God. I mean, we are all God. We are all God, and we are all part of God. We are all children of God. If you want to look at it like God is a certain entity, we are all children of God. If you want to look at it like I do, that God is everything, you are part of God. You are God. But what I'm saying is, like, don't let it get to your head. Now that you're reaching this level of recognition and success, keep that humility that got you where you are in the first place. Keep that love and faith and service to others. Yeah, this Page of Wands reverse, King of Wands reverse feels like a warning. Keep that humility that got you where you are. That healthy, slow, methodical way of doing things. Because we've seen all, if we want to stick with the theme of celebrity, like we've seen it happen all too often, where celebrities or actors or musicians reach a certain level and then they absolutely destroy themselves, either with drugs, alcohol, different kinds of vice, crime. They wind up losing everything that they worked so hard to gain, or in effect sell their soul and wind up dying way too young. Interesting. Can I get some clarification for the King of Wands reverse, please? Lots of wands here, very spiritual energy. Wands are all about the spiritual realm. So if you're feeling like you're about to make that breakthrough, that big, you can sense that something's coming in the realm of your life purpose, but it's not quite happening yet, really dig deep into your spiritual practice. Meditate, pray, envisioning, writing, petitions, scripting. Whoa. If this is another Wands, I'm going to scream. So the Nine of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, you're about to get there, but you're filling your own cup first. Nine of Pentacles is a great card. You're about to be at the Nine of Pentacles, but really dig deep and ask yourself what you need to get to that next level, to finally reach this success. Because it's there. You can see it so clearly. You can see the end game. You can see the end result that you're shooting for, but there's another couple steps that need to happen. Another couple things that need to be brought under control before you can really get there. So stay patient. If there's things that you need to eliminate from your experience, then that might be the time. It might really be the time to do that. If you know you have a couple unhealthy habits, say you're a singer and you've been vaping, stop that. I know it's not that easy. I know it's not that easy because there's a whole mix of things that goes into addictions. I know that, but if you have this big, grand purpose for your life and you have this big, grand vision for yourself, it's going to happen. But there might be some sacrifices that need to take place. You might have to go through some withdrawals. You might have to cut some people out, and that might be really painful at first. But if you have this big, grand vision for your life, some things might have to fall out of your experience in order for you to reach the Nine of Pentacles and that beautiful abundance, that beautiful success that you crave so much. Be careful about deals that come through that might seem too good to be true, or that ask you to sacrifice some of your values, some of your morals, because that's the sneaky shit that I'm talking about. I don't know about you, but I'd rather my success take years to happen by godful means and hard work and patience and truth and honesty and health than for my success to happen overnight by, in effect, selling my soul to dark forces. That's for somebody. So that's all I have for today. I love you all. If you're in Philadelphia and you'd like to book a one-on-one reading with me, that can be done through Palo Santo Wellness Center and Yoga Studio. I love you so much. Have a beautiful, peaceful, abundant, joyful day.